The autumn leaves are turning red. I touch your hand on the drive home.
Hi guys, welcome back to Season 4 of the City Surrey Showcase. My name is Keely Ramage-Scott and I am excited to welcome talent back to the Fusion Presents studio so that we can highlight musicians and artists who help grow our Surrey music community. Now, first on the show this season, she's working late because she's a singer and she's back from last year. Everyone give it up for GLISHA.
Hello.
Hey, GLISHA.
Hi,
so
Keely.
good to see you
Good
again.
to see you too. We're back here in these chairs.
I love these chairs. I love you. I love this room. And I love talking about musicians and artists who have come and made our Surrey community blossom. And you have definitely gone beyond Surrey this year. I saw that you were in Toronto for 6 weeks at the CMI Incubator program. Tell me about that experience.
Oh my goodness. Being part of the CMI program in Toronto was amazing. Dare I say life-changing a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I got really lucky with the roster of artists that I got put into, but everyone was genuinely so supportive, and like there were 12 of us from all over Canada who came from all different walks of life, but we, like the first day, we kind of brainstormed our artist goals, and it was funny. A lot of us had like the exact same goals, like regardless of our genre, like what kind of music we make, how we make music. So that was really interesting, just like seeing our similarities, knowing that we were all such different artists. And yeah, I feel like I formed some genuine friendships with some of the artists there, and definitely learned so much just from the CMI staff and the mentors and the guest speakers. Oh my goodness, I could go on and on, but Toronto in general, the city, I feel like it almost kind of like felt like home for me. Like I felt very comfortable there. So yeah, I just loved it. 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a 2-part question for you.
Okay.
A, do you feel like you learned something from the other participants? And B, what do you think you brought that they learned from you?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah. I definitely learned so much from them. I think like indirectly just picking up on like little things that they do, because we went through live performance coaching 3 times for the whole 6 weeks, and just watching other artists perform live and picking up on cool things that they do, or like things that they like to do to interact with the audience that I never would have really done for myself. Yeah, I feel like I learned a lot from them in terms of live performance, but I think like I just really learned that I wasn't alone in a lot of my struggles as an artist. It can feel a little bit isolating sometimes. Like I have a lot of friends that aren't artists, and they have, you know, they're in school or they have other jobs that don't relate to mine at all. And so it was nice kind of feeling like I had a sense of community. So yeah, just learning that I wasn't alone. And something that they learned from me, oh my goodness. I'm not sure. I mean, I hope for the girls in the program that they learned that like they're totally like they're rightful to kind of say that they're producers in the studio and that they engineer, because a lot of them were really shy about that. And I had one artist in particular, she was like, "Oh, can you listen to my demo? I'm gonna send it off to a producer to get it like more produced." She played me the demo and it was amazing. Like it sounded like a fully made song, and I was like, "Girl, you don't need a producer. Like you are the producer." Yeah. And I feel like I really showed up in that light and really like owned my role as a producer and engineer in the studio. So hopefully they learned that from me.
Well, we talked last time about how important that is in your process too. So I'm sure you were able to empower some other people to feel the same way. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I hope so. I can only hope.
I want to talk about the Music City Surrey live show for a second, because your song Staycation is a hit, like not just a local hit, but a hit across multiple places, to the point where we had a photographer come to take pictures at our show. Shout out to Ray. And they said, "Wait, I have this song saved in my playlist. I was listening to this song over like all of COVID." And they were like, "That's GLISHA that sings that song?" So what's that feeling like to find someone that you didn't know already and have them be like, "Oh my God, I know you already because you sing this song"?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, my cheeks hurt from smiling.
Yeah.
Thinking about that moment.
Do you have any other experiences like that too? Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Like one time I was shopping at H&M and the cashier was bringing in my purchase and they were like, "Are you GLISHA?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was in my head, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, is this one of those situations where I've met this person and they remember me, but I don't remember them?" And I was like,
I hate that. I'm
"Have
always
we
like,
met?"
"How are you?"
Yeah, I was really scared. And then they were like, "Oh no, like your song, like it just came up on my like Spotify and I looked you up and recognized you." And I was like, "Oh, that's really cool. Thanks for streaming." So yeah, like it's always awesome when that happens. And like, especially at the showcase, like I was like a little bit nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many like talented artists here. And just to know that like somebody knew me and my song without meeting me first, felt like surreal to me. And like, yeah, as you can see, I'm all smiles about it.
Yeah.
It's definitely something that makes me really happy and like makes me feel really proud of myself too.
Yeah. Well, everything that I hear from you is a hit, so I'm sure it's going to keep happening. So from the showcase onward into the rest of this year, you did a lot of live performing too. I don't know if it's more than you normally would in other years, but tell me about kind of a live experience that was your favorite, and then why was it your favorite for this year?
Oh, that is gonna be a hard question. But yes, I was performing a lot more than usual in 2023. I feel like I really got into the groove of like gigging regularly, which was always one of my goals. But when I made my first album, it was like COVID time, so I never really got to experience that. So in a way, it kind of feels like I like toured my album just a little bit later,
Nice.
later on. But favorite show, the first thing that pops into my mind was I did a So Far Sounds in Toronto most recently. And I think I loved it because the venue was just really unique and it kind of it challenged me a little bit because basically we were like on the lake on a floating dock. And so the dock was like moving a little bit and I was really scared.
I would be terrified.
Yeah, I was scared, but luckily I was singing songs that I was really familiar with. So
Imagine your vocal cords vibrating like sorry.
I know, like
sorry
the
guys,
extra,
I'm actually just moving.
the extra vibrato.
Yeah.
But the crowd, like I was scared because it was my first out of town show and the crowd was really receptive to me. And since we were outside, we were also like drawing in other people who were not even like So Far ticket holders, just standing by the sidelines. And we had this view of like the Toronto skyline and the CN Tower. So it felt surreal in the way that like, oh, I look to my left and I'm literally reminded that I'm not home. I'm in a bigger city, like playing to people who are here with open ears and like listening to what I have to say and the stories that I have. So yeah, I think that would be my favorite as of right now.
I think that's why those stripped sets are so nice in that way, because you've got this open environment where people are there to listen, and even though you've left your comfort blanket of your familiar people behind, you still, the people are there for the music, you know? Like I think that that's something that you can't really get out of a noisy bar gig. Is if you go to one of those stripped back acoustic sets, people have literally bought a ticket specifically to be there to sit down and listen to the music. No one's talking. Like that's entirely in and of itself just an experience that I think everyone needs to have.
Yeah. And it like feels so much better for the artist too.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know, like I feel like there's less pressure, and like when you look out into the crowd, it really feels like people are like looking right back at you and listening. And it just always feels better.
If you could accomplish one goal in your career for this year, what would it be? Like what do you have your sights set on moving into 2025?
Ooh. Do you mean like from now till the end of the year, or like just a year?
Just in the next year from now, yeah.
I really want to finish another like larger body of work. So I've put out a couple singles this year, and I have one coming out in October, or it is October, but in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But I would love to kind of get an EP or like another album complete. And I'd love to go back to Toronto and spend more time there. I feel like, yeah, those are my two goals.
Awesome. And we asked you this last year, but I'm going to ask you again because I'm sure you are filled with knowledge after the CMI Incubator program. What's a piece of advice that you would give to somebody who's looking to get started in music?
Ooh, okay. Yeah, coming out of CMI, I feel like my answer has definitely changed from last time. I would say really show up for the people that champion you and your music, and people that believe you, or believe in you. And like we learned this a lot even when looking at like managers and booking agents that you might want to work with, but even when it comes down to like the producer you want to work with, or artists that you want to collaborate with, or musicians that you want to hire for your live band sets, like really make sure that they champion you and believe in you, because those people are going to uplift you to kind of be the best version of yourself that you can be as an artist. Yeah, and I would say like don't focus on numbers too much. It really is about the people that champion you and make you feel comfortable, where you can really flourish as an artist. So that would be my advice. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, GLISHA. Remind us where we can find you online.
Yes, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram is GLISHAXNadine, and my TikTok is the same. My Facebook is just GLISHA Nadine without the X, and my YouTube is GLISHA, and on Spotify, Apple Music, all your streaming services, you can find me under GLISHA.
And it won't be hard to find her song Staycation.
Hopefully not.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming and sitting down with me again here at the Music City Surrey Showcase. Looking forward to having you play another song for us.
Thank you.
And to everyone at home, thanks for tuning in to another episode. So excited to be back this season, and we'll see you in the next one.
The autumn leaves are turning red. I touch your hand on the drive home, and my old lover's in my head. He thinks the space is his to roam, and I gotta push him out. I hate that it's a constant effort. I gotta push him out. I'm with someone who knows my worth. I gotta push him out. This healing's never linear. I gotta push him out. I gotta push him out. All my memories turn to gray. Only in my wildest dreams can't forget the times we had, and he erased me from his conscious stream. So I gotta push him out. I hate that it's a constant effort. I gotta push him out. I love someone who knows my worth. I gotta push him out. This healing's never linear. I gotta push him out. I gotta push him out. And I don't want you to doubt that I love you. No, I don't want you to doubt that I love you. I don't want you to doubt that I love you. This endless wound he gave, but with you I've been saved. So I gotta push him out. I hate that it's a constant effort. I gotta push him out. I love someone who knows my worth. I gotta push him out. This healing's never linear. I gotta push him out. Oh, I gotta push him out. I got to push him out. No space for pain now. Memories fade out. Got to push him out. Should know better now. No space for pain now. Memories fade out. Memories fade out.